Actually, it says that even if the gun is not charged, it's still going to shoot.
This is how all of us understand Chekhov's metaphor. The Western logic is such that if you say that this jeopardizes stability, please spell out your charges. Give us a smoking gun. Explain us what is the reason for that.
But this is very simple, really. The whole experience of the international relations shows that as soon as you bring more and more weapons to a region which is already unstable, those weapons are sure to be used.
Again, this is a double-edged sword. It is very difficult to say who is right, who is wrong. For the simple reason is that, of course, on one hand, it looks that if you just use the already powder keg and if you bring more weapons, then, of course, you jeopardize stability. On the other hand, no one has already written the doctrine of deterrence. And the more weapons you have, the more safe you are, you see?
But not necessarily, depends on what kind of weapons you have.
That's what I'm saying. They're saying that this is a defensive weapon, so...
Well, yes, they are.
I spoke to Western experts. Very difficult to convince them, because they have their own...
We don't need to convince them, but my question to you would be just... Can you remember when the first time the idea of deployment of Patriots along the Turkish-Syrian border came to the surface? It was right after the shelling of the border villages in Turkey. And the shells have come all the way from the Syrian territory. And Turkey was very quick to blame Assad and his forces for that. But a week after that, roughly a week, the opposition made a claim saying that it is in full control of the border territories in Syria along Turkish borders, which means that perhaps it was not Mr. Assad or his forces who fired those shells. But the pretext was already there. The pretext was there, and that started all the discussions about the deployment of Patriots along the Turkish-Syrian border.
I think that you really raised a very important issue, but before we proceed, I think we have just very briefly to explain what kind of weapons Patriot missiles are.
So, like you said, they're the anti-missile weapons, anti-missile systems.
Those are the short-range missiles. With the range, if I'm not mistaken, something like 160 kilometers.
Yes,
and they are aimed for interception of planes and gunning down